That wraps up our 11th season of NBA 2K TV.
We have had so much fun with you, the community. Thanks to all of you for making this another successful 2K TV season.
Definitely, and we're already hard at work on Season 12. We have so much in store for you for NBA 2K26.
I cannot wait for 2K26.
But until then, remember, you can access
a look from earlier as the Nets bus arrives at the arena. No doubt this is a club ready to handle this challenge on the road tonight. Coming up, live coverage of this Tuesday night NBA game here on 2K Sports. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. This is Brian Anderson. And checking out Brooklyn's opening lineup, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Johnson is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at small forward. And for Boston, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Then there's Drew Holiday. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. And it's the Beast in at the shooting guard position. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Tip-off goes to the Celtics. Holiday against Johnson. Here's the Beast, coming off a terrific game against Brooklyn. Brooklyn pulls it in. They want to keep rolling here, following the win against Atlanta.
And a quick look at the stats after that game. They were phenomenal from the charity stripe.
And that's not by accident. I like how they didn't settle. They were attacking, putting pressure on the D.
Williams' shot is good.
Showing great awareness and quick decision-making. That's how you handle getting double-teamed.
There's Tatum with the three. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Offensive board. Holiday's over to help. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down. Here's Tatum. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
The Nets have gone 1 for 3 so far. Among the best in the NBA for a few years now. Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences more.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Here's the Beast. Claxton with a rebound.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
To the paint. And Claxton throws it down.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Tatum passes to the Beast. Let's go with a three. Rebounded by Johnson.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Inside. Here's Claxton. Boston pulls it in. They want to keep rolling here, following the win against Brooklyn.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
Yeah, your second unit, those reserves, they can swing
The Beast, good.
Porzingis creates so much space when he's out there. It allows him to make passes just like that.
Tatum against Johnson. pass to Claxton. Porzingis grabs the board.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
The Beast passes to Holiday. Here's the Beast. 5 on the clock. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. The Beast's got 7 points.
I love the decision-making of Drew. You want the ball in Holiday's hands.
Nets trail by 3. Pass to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Holiday passes to the Beast with a 9-footer, and the Celtics tack on 2 more.
You can tell Holiday likes setting up his guys. He enjoys facilitating.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Nets. Some solid defense from Holiday.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And the Nets, one of a handful of franchises to have never won an NBA title, RJ.
I was fortunate to be on those Nets buying those teams in 2002 and 2003. The combination of Durant, Harden, and Irving was supposed to end that drought and save this Nets franchise, but it was not to be.
There's the 3. The Beast shot is off. Nets trail by 3. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
It really seems like everyone in the league can elevate these days, and Johnson, well, he's no exception.
And Boston calls time here. Well, Grant, we're deep into the season now. For teams who will miss the playoffs, where are their heads at, you think?
Well, B.A., first of all, it's a chance for some of the others to show out. Their focus should be on finishing strong. And realistically, you start planning for the off.
Deciding to change it up. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. And here's Thomas from the arc. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
He hasn't helped the cause with his shooting, but his teammates have had his back.
Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Then it's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Drew Holiday. And it's the Beast in at the 2. That's the Boston 5.
Feed the interior. Good things will happen.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. 3-point lead. They'll take on the Pacers at Gainbridge Fieldhouse after this one. It's the second game of 3 on the road. Pass to Thomas. And Porzingis with the block.
Big time rejection from Porzingis. You must be careful trying to shoot when he's lurking nearby.
And the basket by Holiday.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. Well, the Beast in their last matchup against the Nets put on a show. He contributed 31 points and was locked in from distance. It was impressive. So when you look at all of that, it's obviously just a great night for him, playing with a ton of heart. Back to you guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Man, that one's good. The Beast has gotten 4 this quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Pass to Tatum. Here's the beast. Clock at 6. Shot is up. They grab their own miss. Okay, do it, KP.
The height of Porzingis gives him an edge on that offensive glass, and he uses it.
Stolen. Here's the beast. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
And that's got to hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Claxton passes to Johnson. Brooklyn, no good that time either. For Boston, they've gotten 7 of 13 attempts to go here in the second. Down low, left side Tatum. It's stolen by Johnson. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Brown. Thomas, left side. The rebound, Celtics. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the inside, Holiday. Another one falls for Boston.
And they seem to have a hard time picking good shots in the first quarter, but it's all coming together now for them here.
Timeout called, Brooklyn. And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Kristaps Porzingis.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Here's Thomas. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Thomas has got 9 points now in the quarter.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
And the basket by Holiday.
He hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Thomas for 3. Boston pulls it in.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Holiday looking for an opening. Shot clock at 5. Pass to the beast. Fires the 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Nets trail by 7. Outside Johnson. Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Outside Holiday. Pass to the beast. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Going inside. Davies over to help. Johnson passes to Johnson. And the Nets get it back. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engage. On D.
Both teams will make substitutions. And so it's Boston with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their... Dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. We'll be back in a... We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Nets trail by 6. On the floor for Brooklyn, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Cam Thomas out there with Johnson, and it's Williams in at the small forward position. Outside Johnson. Johnson finds Thomas. Connects from downtown. Thomas has got 12.
And it's big for Thomas's confidence when he's knocking that down. Keep shooting, young man.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
The beast shot is off.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Back to Johnson. To the middle. And Claxton throws it down.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. When we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Nets trail by 3. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. And Claxton throws it down.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Down low. Here's the Beast. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. The Beast has got 20.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
The Nets have gone 3 of 3 in the second half. Oh, ripped away. Here's Holiday. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Thomas passes to Johnson. And stolen by Brown. Now the Celtics on the move. The Beast. Good. He's got 22.
Great anticipation from Brown. It's almost like he can read the ball handler's mind.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. To the inside. Johnson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Ooh, coming out hot, hot, hot. 4 out of 4 for the field. Okay.
To the paint. Here's Holiday. Goes back up. No good on the shot. Johnson with the defensive effort. Nets trail by 3. Pass to Williams. Johnson. Now here's Claxton. Inside. Thomas outside for the tie. Holiday grabs the miss. Holiday's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Brown passes to the Beast. And the bucket is good. And the Celtics lead by 5. The Nets have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Thomas outside. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And some changes here for the Celtics. Cornette's checked in for Porzingis. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. Wilson's checked in for Brooklyn. Well, RJ, you got traded a couple of times for good reason. What's it like off the floor?
But it is crazy. You get a phone call and bam, you can move across the country. And while it's hard on you, you understand it comes with playing in this league and having this job.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. The Nets haven't been to the conference finals since 2003. Richard, can you name someone on that team?
There's a 22-year-old dude named, I think it was Richard Jefferson, but most people have never heard of him. But seriously, the Nets have had some great players over the last...
Celtics lead by 9. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Then it's Derek White, then it's Josh Hart, and it's the Beast in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Just 5 to shoot. Back to White. Here's the Beast. Drains the triple. The Beast has got 27.
He was solid in the first half of the game. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
Pass to Claxton. And here's Barnes. Back to Claxton. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Barnes has got his 3rd assist of the night.
Ever the crafty vet, Barnes spots a wide open guy and sends that ball on time and on target.
And we played through about a minute here in the 4th. The Beast passes to Hart. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
Well, I don't know what Coach said to him at half, but his shooting has been tremendous here in the second.
Johnson passes to Claxton. Now here's Barnes. He's covered by Hart. Barnes, no good. Celtics lead by 12. Here's Tatum. Tatum drops the hammer.
Tatum, reminding the defense like, yo, you cannot stop him.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Outside Barnes. Drives to the hoop. A good look from Johnson. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Johnson's got his first basket of the night. For Boston, they've gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the 4th. Here's the Beast, covered by Johnson. The Beast passes to Porzingis. Operating inside, Porzingis.
Inside, Porzingis can pretty much take what he wants. He's just too tall.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Outside Johnson. To the inside. And Claxton gets it to go on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got assist number 5 here tonight. Timeout called, the Celtics. And this late game timeout, getting a breather here. Important for the players to recharge. This is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with some Gatorade. Drew Holiday's checked in for Boston. If you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. White on the wing. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
It's on Nick Claxton.
First team foul.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
First one falls for him. And you look at Derek White, Richard, the energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
White hits them both.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 14. Oh, there's the alley.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
The Celtics have got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Back to Holiday. On the wing, Tatum, covered by Johnson. Tatum inside. Johnson on. Tatum, good. And the Celtics lead by 14.
What hard work from Tatum inside. Doing what it takes to find his shot.
Barnes passes to Claxton. Thomas against White. Pass to Johnson. Outside Johnson. The Nets need to get off a shot here. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
What a flush by Johnson, putting that bounce to use on that oop.
Right side, Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
When he might lack in height at the floor spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Nets trail by 14. Now Thomas. And they call an illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pitch.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
And the Celtics making a change here. Brown's checked in. And the Nets also making a change. Williams is checked in. Back to Holiday. Pass to White. Holiday with the ball. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Third personal
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
The first free throw is good.
Talk about a guy who gives you everything. Drew Holiday is a coach's dream.
And the Celtics making a change here. Holiday hits them both.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Thomas outside. Unloads from 13. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got rebound number 8 now. Pass to the Beast. Takes the 3. Second chance shot. And Porzingis lays it in. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Determination from Porzingis through that contact.
Brooklyn calls timeout.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
On the wrong side of the scoring run here, we might see a lineup change. I'll be pretty curious.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game.
This is special. We are witnessing a legendary performance here tonight. He is like levels above everyone else on the floor. Something must have clicked for him in warm-ups tonight. He's just come out and he has run wild.
Holiday against Johnson. Outside, Williams. Here's Thomas for 3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to the Beast. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Will it go? Here's Thomas. Boston pulls it in.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Celtics.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And the wins have been piling up for them. Tonight will be their 58th of the year.
And it's clear who the better team is. They sweep the 4-game season series, just dominating them.
And what a huge performance it was for the Beast.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
Tatum looking it over. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to the Beast. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. The Beast's got 32 points in the game.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Outside Johnson. Here's Williams. Claxton passes to Williams. Back to Claxton. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game you've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for
At home in Utah, the Jazz never fail to go out of their way to look good and their best. Here was their entrance to the arena earlier on. And now the opening lineup for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. The Beast out there with Holiday, and it's Porzingis in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Utah, the guard pair, it's George and Sexton. Filipowski's out there with Martin, and it's Kessler in at the 5. And so off the tip, it's Boston. And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Just 5 to shoot. From deep. And the rebound goes to Martin. Outside, George. Here's Filipowski. Jacks up a 3. George, no good. Here's the Beast, defended by George. Here's the Beast. Off the left rim and out. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the score.
It's Martin on the wing. Back to George. Holiday with the defensive effort.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process for him.
Boy, a guy like that, coach, has got to be fun to coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you're looking for. Yeah, what a pass right there by George. That's the kind of play that really helps improve team chemistry.
Outside Holiday. Pass to the Beast. Here's the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And before you now are the rookies on a roll, the hottest shooters in the last 10 games. You take a look at Filipowski, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, the Beast. Same can be said about him. to Holiday. Here's Porzingis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Well, the defense wasn't really bothered by the screen, but he still managed to convert.
George looking over the floor. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. To the inside, Brown. And then Brown with the dunk.
What a flush. Great athleticism from Brown.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Knocked away. Martin dishes to George. Back to Martin. They need this. Good on the triple. Martin's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Jazz.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
And they pick up 2.
And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
So the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Clippers. Here's Sexton. And that one drops.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Holiday, the pass to the Beast. And again, Boston with the triple.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Jazz trail by 6. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
You guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, though. If you're going to shoot in the low 30s, you're going to end up losing a lot of games.
Watching the film, guys, they were poor offensively. I expect much better execution tonight.
A different look for Utah. Sensabaugh is checked in, and it's Clarkson in for Martin. Boston also with the sub. Pritchard, he's checked in for Drew Holiday.
Someone like Sexton, well, all scorers really, they have to get points around the hoop.
Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
And Utah. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. Then there's Walker Kessler. Then it's Martin. And it's Hendricks in at power forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Down low. Tatum kicks to Porzingis. Clock at 4. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Utah's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Passes it to Hendricks. To the middle. A flawless finish on the alley-oop. Hendricks has got the lead up to 4 now for Utah.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop. And bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. That's the latest, David.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Nets was a man on a mission. He scored 32 points, and you love what he gives his team at both ends. He showed terrific versatility. He impacted the game in a number of ways. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
Over to the wing. Here's Hendricks. No good again that time. Boston leading by 3. And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates, is a big part of it. Well, there's no question that Tatum is one of the best scorers in the game today. And because he was so good at such a young age, it's easy to forget how young he still is.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Outside, Sexton. And it's off from three-point range. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And good that time.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Utah calls timeout. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Jaylen Brown.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case. And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Boston.
Down low, working on Martin, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That's a jump ball.
Boston with the ball. Tatum passes to Holiday. Back to Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
3 points.
Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's the Beast. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting a 5 for 8 clip. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnover.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
They get it again. Shots good by the Beast. The Beasts got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
Well, this could be one of those nights where there's just nothing you can do to slow him down.
Martin against Brown. And Brown over to help. Now the pass to George. There's the 3. Outside for Sexton. Here's Kessler. And at last they get one to fall.
Well, gobbling up boards is what Kessler does best. Got some points out of that one, too.
Here's Tatum. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And you watch Jason Tatum. He is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
So both teams making some changes here. After bursting onto the scene as a rookie, Coach Van Gundy, expectations certainly increased for Walker Kessler.
Yeah, and Kevin, I think he's handled those expectations well. He knows who he is. He's first and foremost a defensive rim protector and a rebounder. He's a rim runner on offense. He's a pick and roll guy, and he knows that he's got to continue to grow in the other areas.
Outside, Sexton. On the 3 off target.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
The Beast. Offensive rebound. And Queta gets it to go. And the Celtics lead by 13.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love the dedication. This is how you have to play. Don't let up just because you're out front.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's the Beast. His 3-pointers off the mark. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. The Jazz shooting their first free throw of the evening. Yeah, we talked about this. So it's Boston taking a 19-point lead into the break. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back to the action in just a minute. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What can you say? The Beast, an impressive effort here today.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
And because of that, I expect to see a huge emphasis on ball control moving forward.
On the court right now for the Celtics. The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday out there with the Beast, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Martin against Holiday. Pass to the Beast. For 3. A rebound by the Jazz. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Unable to get that one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Brown with it. Guarded now by Sexton. Here's the Beast. 15 points in the game. Inside, Tatum. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Tatum's got 12.
Nice little finish there inside from Tatum. He is so quick to get up when he's near the rim.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
The Beast can't hit.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
George finds Martin. Outside for George. The Jazz working the ball around now. Great positioning in the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Time for t-shirts.
The Jazz making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in.
Checking out the numbers for the Beast. He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And as you said, #1 in steals this season. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming after you. That one good for 2.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
Sexton is a guy that defenses label as a scorer, and it's on display in this one.
Here's Holiday. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to George. And there's the drive. Back to Sexton. Kept alive.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Now, he hasn't been great this quarter. The coaches need to try to figure out a way to get him going.
Love the selflessness. Tatum willing to give it up whenever he sees an open teammate.
Martin against Brown. Martin attacking. A three from George. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Pass to the Beast. Five on the clock. Beyond the arc. Here's Tatum. It's another look. And that's 2 points on the layup. Tatum's got 4 points in the quarter.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. So Colin Sexton is 6'3". He has the frame of a point guard, clearly. But Stan, his game is putting up points, and he can do it in a hurry.
Yeah, and Kevin, look, he's done it pretty efficiently in recent years. We have a lot of point guards in the league who are primarily scorers. And Sexton, though, you've also got to give him credit. He's made great strides as a playmaker.
He has indeed.
Look, Porzingis gets within arm's length of the hoop. He's not going to make many mistakes.
Utah calls timeout. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Martin. And then for Boston. Cade is checked in, and Hart subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Here's Collier. He's got 5. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
To the paint. Here's Pritchard. An easy 2 points on the layup. Pritchard's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
White against Clarkson. White with the defensive effort.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Well, this offense is much more effective when Tatum is making the extra pass and setting up his teammates.
Pass to Sensabaugh. 1:05 left in the third quarter. The rebound by Cato.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
To the wing right side. Outside Tatum. Hart finds White. Stolen by Kessler. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Hendricks, good.
Assist by Jordan Clarkson.
Boston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Tatum. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Substitution
ends up going with the new group. Here's the Beast, defended by Sexton. They swipe it. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Celtics leading by 23. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. Cody Martin is out there with Filipowski. And it's Kessler in at center. That's the group right now for Utah.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Here's the Beast. He's covered by Kessler. Shot clock at 6. Shots good by the Beast. The Beast's got 21 in the game.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Sexton for 3. Rebound, Boston.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. Boston shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Kessler passes to Sexton. Basket good. 19 points in the game.
Well, he got to his spot in the mid-range. And that's a shot he's going to make more often than not.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender. But the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Yeah, and when healthy, Porzingis is still a very effective player and an important part to his team's success.
Great Colin Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s. So you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
The first one falls. Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody.
Brown, the pass to the Beast. The tray. Cans it from downtown.
67.
The Beast's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, that's his fourth triple for the game now. Just his first in the second half.
George with the... bounce pass. The open look here for Sexton. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Sexton's got 24.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Holiday, the pass to the Beast. Stan, we've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game. And they've taken that knowledge clearly and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying the international game.
On the wing, George, guarded by Holiday. George double-teamed. Martin finds George. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
Yeah, he's just not himself right now. He's getting decent opportunities like this one, but just failing to convert.
Here's the Beast. No good from outside. Utah shooting about 42% so far.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Celtics.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know. Boston's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Second shot opportunity. Here's Kada. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Here's Collier with the drive. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Here's Pritchard. The pass to the Beast. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Launches a 3. Traps in the tray. The Beasts got 31. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Well, it doesn't take much for Kessler to catch that lob and slam it home.
Here's Pritchard. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin.